The Patriots have made it to Week 18. Can they close it out with another win over the Dolphins? Let's break it down.
He sacks intercepted into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's game preview as Evan and I here break down the Patriots' final regular season game. They'll close things out against the Dolphins. Last week, they blasted the Jets. I don't know if it's going to be quite that kind of game this week because you have, Achane. He's a pretty good player, certainly having an awesome year, and he kind of does the things that have challenged this Patriots defense. We don't really know who's going to be playing on that Patriots defense, too. Right. Some injury concerns, guys coming back. We don't know exactly where they stand, but, where do you start when you start to break this last matchup up?
A little frisky from the Dolphins. I don't think this is the Jets. I think this team has a little bit more talent that's healthy, at least, that's actively playing for them. You mentioned Achane. Leads the league in yards per carry, leads the league in explosive runs, and that's where I would start with this Dolphins offense with Quinn Ewers now at quarterback, the rookie. They are a run, play-action heavy operation, almost to the point of, insanity. They are play-action heavy. 20% of the time they're running play action passes over the last couple weeks, over 50% run rate. So when you marry that together, almost 70+% of their offense is either a run or a play action pass. So that's the way that they're basing this thing. And Ewers, to his credit, has looked pretty good in these last couple of games, but a lot of that is driving efficiency with play action passes and with the run game and all the fluff that you see coordinators use. So I give a credit to Mike McDaniel. He's had some really good opening scripts. They've come out like gangbusters in first halves over the last couple of weeks. So this is a little bit more of a challenge for the Patriots than the Jets were.
Yeah, now still something for the Patriots to play for. They did lock up the AFC East title last week against the Jets, but they're looking for maybe a Denver loss with a New England win. Could sneak into that top overall seed, but even still, you want to win, maintain your field position at second overall. I mean, if Denver slips up, then you're going to be hosting the AFC Championship if you don't slip up. So there is still something to play for. And when I look at how they came out against the Jets last week, I kind of expect the same energy to come out, put the hammer down, leave no doubt, and then maybe they can start to rest some of these guys that need it.
Yeah, so Mike Vrabel spoke today or Wednesday, and he said that everybody that's healthy is going to play in the game. Now, that still leaves the question marks of Milton Williams, Will Campbell, who's expected back at practice this week, Kairos Tonga, Spillane, those guys, but that means that most of the players that played against the Jets are going to play in this game on Sunday afternoon. So I definitely think that they're going to try to put their best foot forward in this game. This is a game they're trying to win. This is not a rest everybody. This is not one of those types of situations. So they're hoping that the Chargers do them a favor or whatever the case may be. But it does sound like everybody who is able is going to play.
Yeah, so Milton Williams practiced last week. Still hasn't officially been activated yet, but maybe signs are pointing to him to get in there, knock some rust off. Will Campbell back at practice this week. Like last week with Milton Williams, you don't know exactly what's going to happen, but it continues for me, Ev, and talking about the Patriots injuries here, because I think at this point in the season, that's what we're looking at, and we've been saying it all week on all our shows that we do.
Yeah.
That what's this Patriots defense going to look like when you get out there? I mean, offensively, they're pretty healthy right now, and Ramondre Stevenson is coming back into form. Seems like all those pieces, except for Matt Collins, of course, and the question about left tackle with Will Campbell, but on the defensive side of the ball, you have Harold Landry, Robert Spillane out the last couple of weeks. I mean, Landry's been dealing with something almost all season now. It feels like half the season at least. Yeah. And then, Spillane, to me, that was the biggest question mark. He's such a key piece of this defense, not only off the field as a leader, but as a tackler, controlling the space in the middle of the field. So I guess my question for you is do you think we're going to get some of those guys back, or are we really looking at that first playoffs game's going to start and you're going to say, all right, who is the Patriots defense this week?
Yeah, no, it's a fair question. And I think the things that you look at, you mentioned all the players that have been in and out, and you just rattled off a lot of guys in the front seven. And right now, when I watch their tape defensively, they just don't create a ton of disruption up front. There's not a lot of pass rush. There's not a lot of stops on the other side of the line of scrimmage in the run game and guys getting off blocks and things like that. And that's not playoff football. That's not going to get it done if you're going up against Justin Herbert or Josh Allen or CJ Stroud in the wild card weekend and you can't get any pressure on the quarterback. That's not going to be good. So I think that you're counting a lot on kind of dropping in those four guys, if you include Tonga on that list too, and just dropping them back in. And then all of a sudden the defense is going to snap right back into what it was for the first 8-9 weeks of the season, really before Milton Williams got hurt, and that's
Asking a
tough.
lot.
Yeah, it's asking a lot of those guys. And we talked to Milton Williams on Wednesday, and he mentioned wanting to get back out there, hopefully on Sunday, to knock some of that rust off and to be fresh for the playoffs. And he mentioned getting game speed acclimated and getting his wind back and like all that kind of stuff. It's really tough if that's going to happen in the postseason. Yeah. Like, you'd like to see that happen for all these guys, Campbell included, in week 18, versus having to throw them back into the fire of a playoff game atmosphere.
Yeah, and even if they get a few snaps in this last game, like, is that really going to do a ton? I don't know, but you'd at least like to see them be able to get out there.
Something to get their feet wet before the bright lights come with the playoffs. Yeah. So Milton Williams, a guy that's been in the playoffs, won a Super Bowl with the Eagles last year, and he was pretty clear that that's important to him, and that is real, that is a thing that is real about the playoffs versus the regular season. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the regular season. We're on to the playoffs next week. One more to go. Miami first, though. That'll be Sunday at 4:25. Be sure to tune into the Patriots pregame show at 3 o'clock. We'll see you then.